Boy, was I wrong. It's Friday, and we're finishing off the Three and Four Musketeers set from Criterion. This is part 2. Let's go. And just a quick note from our friends over at Blackout Coffee Company. Make sure you head over and give them a try. Links in the description. Happy Friday. That's right. The weekend is a few short hours away, and I'm so excited for it. But first, we got to talk about the rest of this. Man, I was completely wrong about a couple things, and we got to talk about it. We'll talk about it at the end. Real quick, let's look at this. I literally just finished watching this, The Four Musketeers, from 1974. And there's a lot to unpack here. Holy crap. The special features, first off, well done, Criterion. Criterion, I generally despise some of your decision-making processes, but this, anybody that likes older movies, anybody that likes the Three Musketeers, anybody that likes action movies should buy this set. The special features, it took me hours to go through the special features. Hours. We're going to get into it. But first, let's take a look at the movie, shall we? The Four Musketeers, 1974, PG, 1 hour, 48 minutes. The Four Musketeers defend the Queen and her dressmaker from Cardinal Richelieu and Milady de Winter. Directed once again by Richard Lester. Written by George MacDonald Fraser, based on the novel by Alexander Dumas. Starring Michael York, Raquel Welch, Oliver Reed, and many, many more. Sorry, for real, I'm really stunned at the moment. This movie, I understand why the original idea was a roadshow production, like a 3-hour movie with an intermission in the middle of it. And I also understand why they did not do that. The two movies complement each other perfectly, with the first half introducing you to the characters. They have an adventure about the Queen's diamonds, jewels, whatever. And then the Four Musketeers happens after that. It's all about political intrigue, lots more adventure, and it's of a more serious nature, but still with the humor and the slapstick parts that made the first movie so fun to watch. There's some brilliant comedy in this one as well. But with all the fun of the first one, the second one has a darker tone in several parts. The way they complement each other, it's perfect. It's perfect. And I gotta tell you, I was wrong, friends, completely wrong about the sword handling. Blackout Coffee! So you may be wondering what I was wrong about. I specifically said that as good as the first movie was, the sword fighting frustrated me because, unbeknownst to me, I am too used to the fantastical sword fighting of now, where it's nice and clean and beautiful, etc. But after watching the special features of these movies, in this time period, it wasn't like that. It was you grabbed whatever was closest to you to beat the snot out of whoever you were fighting to survive. Period. It literally was like a drunken brawl. And that's how it was, factually, historically. There's a huge part of the special features where Christopher Lee talks about the sword fighting in particular. These guys went through hell for this movie because I think all of them got stabbed at least once. Severely in some cases. Christopher Lee, I think, got a sword to the knee. These guys were not playing with pretend swords. It was the real deal. It looks rough because it was rough. One of the best parts of this set is the special features. Wonderfully done. fantastic. And you learn so much about how these two movies were made and how much it took to make these movies and how they went through so much physically, not to mention where they filmed it at, the locations, and what the actors went through personally to get this movie done, which at the time they thought was one movie. This caused a big kerfuffle because the producers turned around and made it two movies, but they'd only paid the actors for one, so the actors sued. It was a mess. There's a lot to unpack with these movies, but I can understand the producers' predicament. There was so much good film. They had enough for a second movie, and it works beautifully as two movies. It would have been, look, I like long movies. I would have been fine watching a 3-hour movie and being done with it. But I think that would have been a horrible choice. And the actors, after the fact, all agree the right choice was made to make it into two movies. The second movie is much more action and adventure and faster paced. The first movie is slower paced to some extent. But Richard Lester, when making this, wanted it to be like the book, wholly about the book. And he didn't want to alter it and change it and make it anything other than what it was originally written. This is not a short book. Now, you may have read the short version, which was a kid's version. These are based on the original text, which is like a 28-hour audiobook, right? It's not a short book. I think they said it was like 800 pages. That's a lot to unpack when you're transferring it to film and to try to make it understandable and work for a movie. I tell you, friends, this set should be seen by all. There's a little bit of language, but not anything like what you have today. There's some sensuality. It's all off screen. This is not, I wouldn't necessarily call it 100% family friendly, maybe 80% family friendly. Like, some of it kids don't need to see just in general. It's blood and sword fighting, but even that is minimal. And young kids aren't going to understand this anyway. They're just not going to. But one of the things that makes it so good is the dialogue. It's so sharply written. It's so well done. And it's so funny, yet so serious. And that's it. I am glad I bought this as a blind buy. Don't regret it a bit. 5 squeaky chairs out of 5. It's great. Loved it. You can watch both these on streaming, on free streaming services, several of them. So if you want to watch them, there you go. All right. And the weekend is starting right about now. Thanks again for hanging out with us. Have you seen this? Do you own it? The set, I mean? Let me know down below. For Michael, the microphone, Bob, squeaky chair in the back, and this big fat nerd, we'll see you next week.